Honorable colleagues, the first report to be considered, and of course the reports are very important reports. One is on water resources, the other one is electoral matters that directly affects us, and lastly that of oil and gas export promotion zone. Anyway, we'll try the little we can do if we'll be able to finish it. The first report to be considered is the report of the Committee on Water Resources on a bill for an act to establish a regulatory framework for the water resources sector in Nigeria, provide for the equitable and sustainable development, management, and conservation of Nigeria's surface water and groundwater resources and related matters, House Bill 1021. And I invite the Chairman, House Committee on Water Resources, Honorable Aman Pateki, to speak to the report. You can't talk until the Chairman has spoken. That is when you have the right.
Thank you, my brother and Chairman, my colleagues. This is a bill that was referred to the Committee on Water Resources on Thursday, the 6th of July this year. It's a bill, it's an executive bill, it came from the President. And when it was referred, the House adopted a methodology for public hearing, technical committee sessions, and we also had a secretariat where we had consultants working between the committee and the ministry and other stakeholders. The public hearing was organized. It was a 2-day public hearing on the 17th and 18th of October 2017 in conference room 028. And during the public hearing, memorandum was collected from stakeholders and the general public. And we had letters written to our invited stakeholders. One of such participants were the 36 state commissioners for water resources through their governors, the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, its agencies, River Basin Development Authorities, the National Water Resources Institute in Kaduna, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Environment, Works and Housing were all written to make submissions. Also, adverse calling for memoranda from stakeholders and the general public were placed in 3 major national dailies. And the public on the occasion of the 2-day public hearing, the Minister of Water Resources, Permanent Secretary, Managing Directors of all the River Basin Development Authorities, and the Directors of the Hydrological Services Management Agency, Head of the Nigeria Integrated Management Commission, Gurara Water Management Agency, National Water Resources Institute, Kaduna, Commissioners of Water Resources from across the country, non-governmental organizations, civil society groups, amongst others. This is attached. Now, they made submissions on the 2-day public hearing, and part of the submissions we received run very deep. Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, Edo State Government, Zazak Integrated Resources, a private company, Johnson Akimbola Ogun Tola PhD, a private citizen, Nigerian Integrated Water Resources Management Commission, an agency of the ministry, National Inland Waterways Authority, that is NIWA, Sally Consulting, Kaduna State Water Services Regulatory Commission, Borehole Drillers Association of Nigeria, ODA, Nigerian Association of Hydrogeologists, Government of Benue State, Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, Initiative for Peace, Justice, and Sustainability. Now, we had to come up with a technical session because the bill by nature is technical. It's not something like your normal bill, because this involves the 3 tiers of government and other critical stakeholders. So it's very bulky, and it's not something that we as legislators are trained for. We needed sharp eyes of those critical stakeholders that are involved in the sector to help us look at neatly the various sections, the arrangement of the sections, and the rules that will be assigned to each and every person that will be engaged in this bill that we're about to midwife. Now, looking at it critically, this is the first time that we're having an encompassing water charter for the country. What we had before were sketchy documents that had to do with the establishment of various river basins, some agencies, and there was nothing that could bring together the critical stakeholders in a document that we assign responsibility with regards to licensing, with regards to who does what are the rules of the three tiers of government, the commission, and the various stakeholders. This is the first time that we're having it in this country since independence. And I want us to critically take a look at it and ensure that because we are talking of diversifying the Nigerian economy, and this is one critical area that I assure you that once we're able to pass this bill knowing that it came from the executive, where the funding arrangement has been put in place for the commission, 2% or so from the ecological fund, also for the hydrological agency. They will have their funds permanently to be able to do their assigned duties. So the three types of government, commissioners of water resources, can be found in this document. Everybody was called, they made presentation. We together sat down to do the clause-by-clause consideration in the 2-day session. The reason we did that is because the policy makers are supposed to be the people from the component parts, the provinces, that is the governors, represented by the commissioners of water resources and the minister of water resources, and they will jointly sit in council of water resources to fashion out a comprehensive water resources plan for the country year in, year out. When that is done, they will also be the implementers. At the center, they give policy direction and sometimes come up with helping with plans and all that. At the state level, they are the ones that collect the fees from households. They do the distribution. It's like the way you have it in the energy sector, where you have some people, they build power plants, and some people do distribution, where you have GENCOs and DISCOs. So this is the sort of arrangement we are putting in place in this bill. And for the first time, we are trying to empower the states to actually do the collection of the monies that are required to be able to keep improving the infrastructure. Because what happens many times is that we lay pipes, we open up new areas in towns and cities, and then once we lay those pipes, after 10 years, nobody cares to see the state of those pipes. And that is why today there's a one-man report that came up with the statistics on the number of households in Nigeria that have access to pipe-borne water. Abysmally, it was said that the figure reduced in 1993 to now from 30-something% to 6% last year. We want to scale this back up. It's not enough to just do boreholes anymore. We must actually reticulate this water from when it collected, and then make sure that everybody has access to it, and then make sure that this water that goes into the households are actually metered, so that nobody is treated like the way you have meters in the electric power sector. So, my colleagues, this is basically what you have in front of you. I want you to look properly at it and ensure that we pass this today so that before the end of the financial year, before we wipe the 2018 budget, the commission, all this will be in place and we can provide funds for the various agencies. Thank you, my colleague.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Yes, I allow that length of time because water is life, and that sector is probably one of the most important sectors of human life. And because of the fact that water is one thing that's taken for granted, because there are rivers, streams, rainfall, yet potable water and water for irrigation are two different things that are challenging and need concerted efforts. So thank you very much for going this far. Yes, I will, ordinarily I'm supposed to start calling the clauses. But Pajok, because you're a regular member of this committee, I'll give you 1 minute if you want to say something about it. Namdas, Flatter, please come nearer so that we can. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, our able chairman. Mr. Chairman, I thank you too for commending me amongst our other regular colleagues who are your loyalists. Mr. Chairman, I listened to draft attention to the presentation of the summary by the chairman of Water Resources. He himself said this is a bulky document, 215 pages, and he has urged us to critically, and now using his words, to critically examine this 215 bulky document. Mr. Chairman, before I make my own submission, let me also commend and appreciate him for also inviting me, though I was not a member, I'm not a member of the Water Resources Committee, but he said I should come and participate to probably throw some light. And I also honestly benefited a lot. There's a technical session. I also participated in the public hearing. Only that his clerk did not act like him. He did not remember to invite me for the report writing committee. As a result, I am not too conversant with what is contained here. And like you said, Mr. Speaker, this is a very important document. Like you said, sir, water is life. In that public hearing, there are people that came representing their various states. All of us here represent our constituencies. There may be questions that will be asked of us when we go back home about the contents of this document. So, sir, in event, yesterday you were gracious enough to allow the Secretariat to circulate copies of the electoral bill, which some of us spend the whole night reading. So I am only pleading, sir, that your magnanimity, considering how loyal all of us have been, and you also allow us to go and, with a fine-tooth comb, go clause by clause through this bill, so that when we come, we will now abide by his admonition that we critically examine all the clauses of this bill, because water is very, very important. Thank God, sir, that Mr. Speaker, before he rose, told us that next week we will not even be going on oversight, we will still be here. So, any day next week, we can come back and review these documents, because honestly, I am seeing some experts here too. I do not underrate the kind of contributions that they can also make to add some value to this bill. That is my only appeal, sir. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Pajok, that route is going to be slightly difficult for me to take. The man that heads the committee is not only the chairman of the House Committee on Water Resources, he's my personal friend, who I believe is a thorough person, and you have testified to that. Aman is a very thorough person. When he does not know, he doesn't make assumptions. He will invite relevant people, and that was one of the reasons why you are invited. So he's a thorough person, and I can vouch for that. Out of 32 years, so I know what it means to be in that sector. So because of your eagle eye, so I will go slow. And I even cause traffic jam on the crosses. For you to look at it, I will go very slowly and once in a while constitute some traffic jam so that you can look at the crosses very well. I understand where you are coming from. If you are able to solve problem of water, you probably must have solved problem of agriculture by almost 70%. It is as important as that. All over the world where agriculture has been perfected, that agriculture sector, the whole agricultural sector, do no longer depend on natural weather of rainfall for 6 months and you wait and tarry until you begin to have rainy season. It's all year round, depending how developed the water sector is. So it's so important. And that's why anybody that's trying to solve agricultural problem must first of all solve. Like this year, I doubt, I'm not a doomsayer, I doubt if we are not going to have famine. Because most of the late maize planted did not bear fruit. If you go to all farms all over the country now, it's going to be very, very tough. Shoaib, am I correct? No maize at all. Eh? Okay, rainy season, I'm talking about the late maize plantation. It's tough, late maize is tough. The rainy season, yes, but late maize is tough. It's tough. And it's because this particular sector is not well developed. So I understand where you are coming from, Honorable Pajok, but we are still going to go ahead to consider the reports. Though it's going to take time because it has 155 clauses, 5 schedules, but let us just start from somewhere. So, clause 1. Clause 2. Clause 3. No, I already caused a traffic jam. What is it?
Further experience because entitlement to use of water, notwithstanding the provisions set out in section 2 of this act, a person may, without a license, it's not too license.
Pajok, I can't get what you are bringing out. So if you read it to without a license, you now go to the provision of the bill, which is in column 1. You now read, that is when you can make comments. Unless if you see anything in that column 1 that is against what you...
Out. It's because if you look at towards the end, it says that where a statutory or customary right of occupancy to any land exists, take or use water without charge from the underground 3 CS. Where a statutory or customary right of occupancy to any land exists, take or use water without charge from the underground water source, or if aborting the bank of any water course from that water course, for reasonable household use, watering livestock, and for personal irrigation, not for commercial purposes. So that is where I'm coming. So does this mean that those who will now fetch water from underground to now sell pure water, they are barred from doing that kind of business? That's the question I wanted to ask Chairman.
Honorable Pajok, that particular provision is all encompassing. He's only trying to protect those who are likely to take water from a particular source, majorly for domestic reason. When you now go overboard and take water and begin now to put it in sachet, it's not a commercial purpose, then you will not be liable to take a license. That is the meaning. Okay. Clause 4, Clause 5, Clause 6. I know why Pajo feels strong, because you are a lawyer, you want to make sure that because your name appeared in the public hearing, you want to see whether there is input. Honorable Shagari too is a water person, has always been a member of water committee. I used to be water, I know he has always been a member of water committee. And I know he does most of his constituency intervention projects in water. Am I correct? Good. No, Shagari is not taking Gary. He will only need water for his cattle. As a full animal, he needs water for his cattle. Okay, the Gary is eating by the cattle. Clauses, yeah, what do you see to it? We have carried it, but let's hear your observation.
From the state, it says the council shall be made up of the following: minister, no problem, then the state commissioner for water resources, or any other person responsible for water resources in the state.
Because all my life I've worked in the water sector as a resident engineer, there were so many states in the past who did not have commissioner for water resources. They only have general managers for water boards. So in that instance, the general manager of the water board will qualify for this kind of position. It's only in the north, not until I came to the National Assembly, that I got to know that water sector is well developed in the north. And in fact, most states in the south started having their water resources commissioner as recent as 10 years ago. And whereas in the north, it has always been part of government. So in some states, you have general manager of water boards as the highest office holder in that sector. So that provision stands, and it's okay. Some even are chairman of board. Clause 15, Clause 16. Clause 17. Clause 18. Clause 19. Clause 20. Clause 21. Clause 22. Clause 23. Clause 24. Clause 25. Clause 26. Clause 27. Clause 28. Is on page 41 of 215. Clause 29. Clause 30. Clause 31. Clause 32. Clause 33. Clause 34, Clause 35, Clause 36, Clause 37, Clause 38, Clause 39, Clause 40, Clause 41, Clause 42, Clause 43, Clause 44, Clause 45, Clause 46, Clause 47, Clause 48, Clause 49, Clause 50, we are on page 64 of 215. Clause 51, Clause 52, Clause 53, Clause 54, Clause 55, Clause 56, Clause 57, Clause 58, Clause 59, Clause 60, Clause 61, Clause 62, Clause 63, Clause 63, Clause 64, Clause 65, Clause 66, Clause 67, Clause 68, Clause 69, Clause 70, Clause 71, Clause 72, Clause 73, Clause 74, Clause 75, Clause 76, Clause 77, Clause 78, Clause 79, Clause 80, Clause 81, anyway, Honorable Haman, we have gone past it, but I just want you to clarify. Clause 80 is now bringing together the establishment of River Basin Development Authority. Are you now suspending the acts, respectively, enacted for each River Basin Authority?
Mr. Chairman, what we did was that the acts that established each river basin came through a military decree. So, and it's very simple. The language is not in tune with modern bill-making times. And what we did, in the wisdom of the president, is that all of it were repealed, all the 13 river basins, and brought into this act. The entire agencies of the water resources sector were all repealed and brought into this act. So this is a repeal and reenact bill.
Okay, then the next question is, the ones that are already in existence, are they listed in this bill for their protection?
All of them are here. The entire 12 river basins and all the agencies.
Yes, sir. It's a general observation, sir. Yes, sir. Because we have carried 26, which is appointment of the secretary. We have also carried 70, which is also appointment of the secretary. I felt it was a duplication.
You see, what we've done here, as we move from section to section, we didn't vary where one starts and where the other one stops in the numbering. We started with the commission, we moved on to the River Basin Development Authority. We've already done the hydrological agency. So
this bill it encompasses the commission, River Basin, and the hydrological agency. So that's Engineer Solomon. Okay. Clause 81. Okay, miss. 81. Okay.
Sir, it says establishment of the governing board of the institute. Its function it is 82. Tenure of office of members of each authority. It says the members of the board, other than ex officio, 82. 104215, the amendment. Yeah. Subsection 182. It says the members of the board, other than ex officio members, shall hold office for a term of 4 years and no more. If you go to the subsection 2, the managing director shall hold office for a period of 5 years and no more. And I think, I mean, in terms of administrative, it only means there is a difference of 1 year whereby there will not be members of board, and the only board member will be the managing director. And I don't think it's, I mean, I want you to explain these differences. No. Let him explain to me. I have raised an issue. Yeah.
Aman. Yes, the board will exist for 4 years, a 4-year term, the managing director 5 years.
Yes, in the wisdom of the technical committee, they had suggested that, because we all sat down to look at each agency and decided what is best for each institution in the technical session. We didn't look at it from the political eye. Neither did we look at it. For instance, the head of any agency that has to do with professionals shouldn't be less than 5 years. Those that are political, like ambassadors, presidents at the discretion of the president, they don't outlive one administration to the other. Once the president goes, ambassadors are recalled, a new set is sent. It's in that line that they look at it, that those who will be board members, they are political, they are not professionals. But the professional should be there even if after the political boards have been dissolved. This is why, and then also that in carrying out your duties and assignment, everybody who is a professional comes with some roadmap to give them enough time to be able to carry out their programs. Is why we give them 5 years. It was done by the technical people on the team, not us.
MS.
Sir, I understand what you have said, but my fear is that it's an institute. I expect that the executive directors who are members of the board are supposed to be professional of the various, one hydrology, one geology, one something like that. And if they should go with the board and there is only one man, then there may be a gap. That was why I raised that one, but that's explained.
The board in this case, you know, the board itself has its own lifespan, and the executive director that you are referring to, in this case, is an executive position, and that means his own tenure in the office is not the lifespan of the board. You know, you can be an executive director when the board is dissolved. That does not mean your appointment at that particular time. If you are an executive director, you are still part of the system. I think this is done. MS understand that for continuity, so that the structure. So clause 82. Clause 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 87. Okay, 88 now, Pajok.
Concern some of us. 88, appointment of secretary and legal advisor. If you see sub 2, it says secretary shall be a legal practitioner with a minimum of 15 years post-call experience in legal practice. Mr. Chairman, I would rather we reduce it to 10 years. My reason is because even for you to become a high court judge, which is higher than advisor of a company, it is 10 years. Secondly, there are people that have that might have been engineers like yourself who may want to go back to read law. There are other people, because we have people of 50 years or 40 years who go to the law school. If they are qualified for like 10 years post call, they will enrich whichever area they're called upon to serve. So I think we should alter that, sir.
Any seconder? No, that's a motion. You will seek for secondment first. Honorable Johnson, I second the motion.
Chairman, sir, I am Honorable Johnson Agwahide Woman. I represent all the people of Isako Federal Constituency. I rise to second the motion being moved by my... Okay, to support the amendment motion moved by my senior colleague, son, that the age 15 be reduced to 10. I mean, yeah, 15 be reduced to 10. Thank you, sir.
It is not age, it is year of experience. Those in favor of the motion that the year of experience be reduced from 15 to 10, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Yes, Engineer Solomon.
My dear colleagues, Engineer Solomon Mared is my name. Mr. Chairman, as an engineer, you know that this is an engineering organization, and that for an engineer to rise to the position of a manager in any organization, the minimum years of experience is 15 years. And I think in taking cognizance of that, that is why the committee recommended that the judge should have...
Sympathize with you. I sympathize with you and the engineering profession. As the Deputy Speaker House of Representatives, and somebody who got registered exactly 30 years ago, Nigerian Society of Engineers has not even visited me once. Go and rearrange your profession very well. Lawyers have rearranged their profession very well. Ditto with accountants, medical doctor, pharmacists. Somebody who got registered 30 years ago, Deputy Speaker in Nigeria, because I don't have money in my office. That's a painful thing. That's not good. So go and rearrange yourself. Shoaib.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a problem with this section 82 and 83. I don't understand the difference between 82 and 83. 82 is talking about managing director of the institute. And 83, but if there is a problem, we need to look at it. And 83 is talking about director general of the institute. This one is talking about managing director of the same institute. So, if you look at 82, tenure of office of members of each authority, it's talking about the managing director shall hold office for 5 years. And if you go to 83, it's talking about director general. What's the difference?
We decided that, you see, this is not the typical government office. It is a university. It is a training institute. So we brought it in tandem with what obtains in universities. That's why this is different from research institute. So instead of, nomenclature is important in an institution. instead of a DG, you don't want to use a chairman or an executive secretary. This is what we agreed in the technical session as the norm for institutes. And that's why we changed it.
Sure, what they are saying is, for the institutes, they are using a particular nomenclature. Then for the authority, using an authority will run the system. So clause 82 now. Now, 88, sorry, clause 88. Clause 89. Clause 90. 91. 92, 93, clause 94, 95, 96, 97, okay, 98, Pajok.
This dissolution of constitution of the board, if you see, we're saying that within 6 months, the board must be reconstituted if there is no. I'm reading 98. Yes.
98 is pollution regulation.
Yes. That is under B. The board of the agency must be constituted in accordance with section 95 within 6 months of the dissolution of the board. So my problem, sir, is that that 6 months. May I beg to move that we amend that 6 months to an earlier period, either 3 months or even 1 month. I'm saying so because we have amended the constitution to say the president shall submit list of ministers within 1 month of his taking oath of office. So if we allow a vacancy for like 6 months, it will make some total hardship. So I propose we reduce it to maximum of 3 months. To substitute 6 months for 3 months.
Any particular thing you give you?
Yes, we usually look at this things critically. In looking at this particular one, why we took this decision is because, number one, in our democracy, as witnessed in recent past, it took 6 months before the president would even form a cabinet. 2, we discovered that when you even appoint the Minister of Water Resources, it will take in time before you engage with the political party, with the state governors. There is back and forth before you now establish the boards of the 600 or close to 1,000 agencies. So that is why we said 6 months is enough a period for all those back and forth. After that, we should give the president, the party, and everybody to settle down in government before they start appointing board members and all that. The reason we did that is because there won't be rush, because the new minister will also come, understudy his team in the ministry before proposing the relevant people that should be in this critical sector. This is a specialized field, water resources. It's not like a board that has to do with it's not a political assignment. It should always be by reducing it to 3 months.
To compel Mr. President that he should send his nomination within 1 month of taking office. If that particular one, scale the order in the House of Assembly, then it becomes a law that is stronger, that will now, impact positively on these two. That means within 3 months, the minister is in place, and so there is a motion on ground. Who is supporting that motion? Okay, Engineer Magaji. No, the MT. I want to take a secondment on the. Okay, let me listen to you, MT.
On that clause, Mr. Chairman, I think the intendment of that provision is that the minister must constitute the board within 6 months. Then if for the minister to constitute it within 6 months, but if we leave it like it is discretionary, when there is breach, we cannot say that it is in breach because it is not mandating, the language is not mandating. So it shall be shall, not must.
Okay. So, Pajok, do we take your motion on 3 months or add the word shall now to your motion?
I'll add the word shall to my motion. Yes, sir.
Seconder, Gaza, you are just rolling in, and you want to second our motion. Okay, sorry, Magaji.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Engineer Magaji, member representing Brunikutu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Jigawa State. I rise to second the motion that shall should be added and we reduce the period from 6 months to 3 months. I so second. Thank you.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I hope it's been properly captured by the record people. So 98 as amended now. 99. $100 plus 101, 102 plus 103, in one. Then let's hear you.
Yes, sir. Once more, Engineer Solomon Madam is my name. For consistency's sake, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, sir, that the appointment of the secretary, the minimum years of experience should also be reduced to 10 instead of 15 for uniformity, sir.
Let's take the liberty that where you have the appointment of the secretary and legal advisor, wherever you see 15 years, you put 10. And in other case too, wherever you see within 6 months, you put shall and 3 months. We are taking that liberty. I hope that is correct in law for the lawyers. So we have taken that liberty and it should be noted. So clause 103, 104, 105, okay, 105.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm concerned with 105A, 2% of ecological fund. This looks ambiguous because the ecological fund has been shared by the Constitution. There is ecological fund for states, local government, and the federal government. So where are we getting this? Where are we getting this 2%? No. It's not possible.
Thank you. His comment is valid because any law that we make here can only affect the consolidated account of the federal government. It can never affect the federation account where the states and local government draw their money from. That's number one. Then there has never been any specific percentage attached to ecological fund. Or is there any percentage attached to ecological fund? It's not like a 13% derivation. So when you say 2% of what percentage? So it's a little bit, like he said, ambiguous for those two reasons. One, we can't take the money of the state by the law of the National Assembly. We can only take our law to affect the consolidated account or the federal government. Then two, I don't think there's a provision that specifies what the ecological fund is in terms of percentage of the money that is always taken to that sector. If there is, let us be guided.
This proposal came from the president, and it went to the Federal Ministry of Justice before coming back to us here. Now, I want to believe, and the ecological fund is under the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. And by law, it's discretionary. It is the president that approves every single project. It is not the National Council of State that sits with the president. Ecological funds constitutionally is under the president of Nigeria. And delegated powers have been given to the Secretary to the Government. He's the custodian of the money. But the SGF, everybody makes submission to the SGF's office, to the national, what you call the Ecological Funds Committee. For instance, if Kwara State government wants to do something, like I have accessed that fund for my constituents, what we do is we initiate a drawing and a design, and we send it to the National Ecological Fund. The National Ecological Fund, which is headed by a PAMSEC, now puts it in their data bank. They now write a letter to the SGF. SGF now seeks the approval of the president of the country. Without his signature, single-handedly he does it.
But you can only, in statistical situation, you can only begin to talk about figures when you are sure of the figures you are talking about. 2% of what now? Renaju.
Thank you, Chairman. I think the ecological fund is not a floating fund. It is drawn from from the federation account, and it is drawn on percentage. So percentage of whatever is drawn is what we are requesting 2%. I think we can check. I think it's 1%. Yes, it's not a floating fund at all. It's not contributory. So 1%, 2% of that 1% is what they are requesting for.
Sir, sorry. Mr. Chairman, sir, what I know is that Section 162, and you are right, subsection 2, which has a proviso. Let me read it. It says, provided any approved formula has been not less than 13% of the revenue accruing to the Federation account directly from any natural resources. Sir, Section 162 talks about division of public revenue, and there's nowhere that 1% is mentioned. However, the 1% is mentioned in the allocation of the federal government, because the federal government, that's where they have the ecological fund, but it's not mentioned in the constitution. It is in the revenue allocation. It is in the revenue allocation formula. So I know, having participated in that commission, some people were even saying, why not even add the percent in view of the importance of water? We all felt that it would be good to leave that 2% of the federal government revenue, so as to encourage these items, this activity.
Legally now, can we now be specific? I'm only asking, can we now be specific when you say 2% of, as stated wherever it is stated? Sure.
No, I think the 1% of ecological fund comes from Federation account. So, I mean, consolidated revenue fund. That's why we get the 1%. So it's 2% of that ecological fund. So ecological fund is defined. It's already defined. But it's just 2% of that.
Oh yes, it's defined. Trying to define it in this law is superfluous. There is no need for it. Yes.
All the lawyers have spoken, no. And I know you are waiting for electoral matters because Adia will she will punish you if you don't stay for appeal.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Zakaria Okaladiwa, representing Medjugorje. I just want to, just an observation, I don't know, I need clarification properly from the lawyers or whoever. This 2% of ecological harm is going to institution. That 2%, when it is removed from the ecological institution, is there no duplication of responsibility between the institution itself and the ecological funds when you have a problem again to look for anything at any? Yes, sir. You see? Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget that the bill under consideration is majorly on water sector. An ecological fund attends to all other sectors of economy. Even at times, if you write very well, they can help you in disaster matters. So this one is specifically meant for water sector. So 105 plus 106 plus 107 plus 108 plus 109 110 plus 111 112 113 plus 114 plus 115 plus 116 117 plus 118 plus 119 plus 120 plus 121 plus 122 plus 123 plus 124 120 okay 124 ms.
Thank you, sir. Mohammed Sani Abdul Kader, Federal Conference. Sir, it says procedure in respect of suits against the institute. No suit shall be commenced against the institute before the expiration of a period of 1 month after the service of a written notice of intention to commence on the institute by the intending plaintiff or his agent. To me, it becomes a little bit absurd. Why are they buying that 1 month? And what is the general trend in our legal system? Since we have lawyers here, I would want some explanation.
Sir, this occurs in almost all laws of federal government MDAs because it's what is called a pre-action notice. Because someone may have intend to have a suit against the federal government agency, but because they have so much work, let's say they're supposed to pay you for a contract that you have executed. If you give them the notice, they will go through it, go through all the departments, and probably even pay you. But if you don't give them a notice, it's fine them being slapped with all kinds of suits without any notice. Meanwhile, they have not even planned for it, they have not budgeted for it, and then it distorts their finances in a year. So it is assumed by law that when you give that notice, it should be properly studied, and then they will plan to pay for it. So it is in all MDAs.
MS, you are okay. 124, 125, 126, 127, plus 128, 129, 130, plus 131, plus 132, 133, 134, 135, 136. Okay. 137, 138, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155. First schedule, second schedule, third schedule, fourth schedule, fifth schedule, explanatory memorandum, long title of the bill. Secretary, the bill has been passed. I congratulate Herman. The next report to be considered, this one is passed. The next report to be considered, go and read the next report. Zachary, go and read the next report. The next report to be considered is the report of the House of Representatives Committee on Electoral and Political Parties Matters on a bill for an act to further amend the Electoral Act No. 6, 2010, and for other matters connected therewith, 2017. Honorable Ajibola Famurewa, are you no longer contesting? This one is affecting you. You better come and make input. Are you no longer contesting? This is electoral parties matters. I'm and come. Use the toilet and come. Ah. Provided, I'm so sure of yes, Pajok, Shagari, MT, no way. Shuaib, Magaji, Flatter, Sylvester, Solomon, Jega. Okay, MS. I'm so sure of those ones. I don't need to appeal to them, they will come. But these ones that are clamoring for Tuesday, they will disappear. They will disappear. You can't protest. I know the members of this committee. I can repeat. Pajok, Shagari, Shuaib, MT, Chairman Rules and Business, Sylvester, Solomon, Johnson is coming up. Jega. No, we are with Ajibon. Is it Ajibon of Kano State or Akwa Ibom? Sincerely, my hands are tied because the person whose report we are about to consider is somebody I have a lot of reference for. But again, this one concerns all of us. So that I don't begin to tie our hand Me, I'm a politician, no. Me, I'm a politician, no. So let's listen. Ajia, please, without emotion and sentiment, let's ask if our colleagues are ready. Particularly, this particular report is as important as the appropriation bill, which cannot just. So, MS.
Sir, I just want to move a motion that it moves to Tuesday and it should be the first report to be considered, so that we allocated enough time and detail to go through it, sir. That's my motion, sir. I so move.
Your motion has a proviso now that provided you all promise that you are going to be here. Are you in Adamawa Town Law meeting? Ajia, sincerely, yes, we sympathize. You are putting a lot of work, but let's put this thing on Tuesday. Please, it's electoral matters, and it's important to all of us. All of us. But please, honorable colleagues, let's read this thing. Let's read these things. I'm sure of those names that I've mentioned, but let's read these things. So, Sylvester, too, your report will be taken on Tuesday. Only. We will be doing injustice to. We will be doing justice to her if we suspend our whole report. So his own law is not important. Ajia, you are going to forgive us. Sylvester, since your report is going to be taken, you know I'm involved too. Your report is going to be taken. There is no way we can jump her and begin to consider another one. Principle of fair hearing. So please, Chairman, rules and business. These are the two main reports for Tuesday. Please. I wouldn't say there couldn't be any, but these ones are the number 1 and 2. No, we'll see him later. Empty.
Honorable Chairman, honorable members, I hereby move that the House do revert back to plenary to report progress.
Chairman rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I second the motion as ably moved.
The House hereby reverts back to plenary to report progress. Honorable colleagues, the House in the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Water Resources on a bill for an act to establish a regulatory framework for the water resources sector in Nigeria, provide for the equitable and sustainable development, management, use and conservation of Nigeria's surface water and groundwater resources and for related matters, and approved clauses 1 to 87, amended clause 98, approved clauses 99 to 155, first to fifth schedule, explanatory memorandum, and long title of the bill. Empty.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I hereby move that the House do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Honorable Pajok.
Chairman, as acting chief whip, I hereby second the motion ably moved by the acting leader.
People, by me. Those in favor of that motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The motion did not include the appointment of acting chief Igbo. Empty.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I hereby move that the House do adjourn to Tuesday, the 5th of December 2017 by 11 a.m. I so move.
Chairman rules.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to second the motion for adjournment assembly move.
The House stands adjourned to Tuesday, 5th of December 2017, 11 a.m.